would have been over. But because the people been so disoriented, and then they turn Earth off. People forget that. It's only two people in the history of the world can turn Earth all the way off, and that's God and the devil. And to me, they the same motherfucker. So they turned Earth off. They gave us George Floyd was a fucking studio script show, right? That's why the motherfuckers don't got on no real badges. That's why later you could tell that the George Floyd that they picked up off the ground was a mannequin, but y'all don't pay that shit no attention, and I'll be overthinking when I do. Since I'm an overthinker, I mean I think over most of these motherfuckers' heads, so they want to try to tear that shit down. Yeah, so on January the 6th, what the goal was to plant a no fringe a flag with no fringe on the Capitol behind the speaker's desk, behind the gold fringe Admiralty flag, and that reinstalls the what you call that? The law of the land as opposed to the law of the seas. So it was returning the jurisdiction back to the law of the land and taking it away from Admiralty. Yeah, so all the time, Chauvin, he was a Tawny Moor, George Floyd was a Blackamoor. But coming to find out, the real George Floyd had died 3 years prior. Right? Check that out. Floyd means flood Georgia. They flooded it with the ballots. They flooded Georgia with the illegal ballots. Right? They got all kind of evidence, but y'all going along with the program and they holding up the lie. Stop going along with the program, you tear down the lie. That's all it is to it. You got like, y'all don't even know it because y'all don't follow politics like that. Right? So the dog and pony show is over when y'all say it's over. So the date that we given to bring an end to the dog and pony show is 2/22/2022. By hijacking the algorithms and fucking with their advertising dollars and putting their motherfuckers out of business. Because they already closed, you just don't know it. But once you make them admit it, by changing the algorithm, control the algorithm, right, then you can control the public domain again. And this is what they're trying to keep us from doing. Yeah, so in every distraction, it's a code. What I'm going to do personally is I'm going to make some posts, do some videos, talk about this shit, repeat the same shit I've been repeating, probably show y'all some receipts, track some numbers. That's what I'll be doing, right? And this is the way to set the record straight once and for all. Stop using a system to reclaim our system, but use our system to oust their system. Go back to the oral tradition, which predated the written tradition, under the grandfather clause. Once you institute the grandfather clause, then you can institute the grandmother clause, which most of y'all have no clue what the grandmother clause is. The grandmother clause is the right to wealth to be inherited through the motherland, which has been a halt while we was under patriarchy. So all Big Mama money just sat there, collecting interest. It's so much money that if I told you, you wouldn't believe me. So let alone showed you. Right? So militaries in unison been working all around the world, right? For one purpose. Overthrow the devil. Here's the kicker. The devil only mean the enemy, right? So if you overthrow your enemy, our ancestors say you get rid of the enemy within and the enemy without can do you no harm. In other words, oust the traitors and the haters, and the rest of the motherfuckers become inconsequential at that point. So I'm trying to look for any more questions. If y'all got any, y'all better put them in there, because I'm running out of steam. Yep, hit their ass in the pockets and kick them in the badussy. Make them feel that shit. Yep. So, the battle cry is Free Larry Hoover. With Free Larry Hoover mean give us back our land, give us back our wealth, protect our children, protect our women, restore the matriarchy, and put things back in the order that nature intended. So when I say Big Mama, so Real Israel say, can I explain Big Mama, who Big Mama is, who knows, who don't? Okay, so when I say Big Mama, I'm talking about Prime Creator. We call her Big Mama because it's through her that we all have this luxury called life, where we can experience diverse things. And she got certain stuff under the matriarchy that she don't interfere with personally, but she developed vessels. These vessels we call people, right? So if you look in the in Egypt, in the observatory, you'll see a map of the zodiac with all these different animals in there, what they call zootypes. In the middle, it's a big hippopotamus holding the meat cleaver. That's Big Mama. That's why we call her Big Mama. The oldest god ever known was Big Mama. And her name in Egypt is Ta'ert. But we got varying different names. In my clan, we call her Big Mama. In another clan, they call her Nana. In another clan, they call her Madir. In another clan, they just call her Ma. In another clan, they call her Titi, because she their auntie more than she is a direct ancestor, but she holds the power of Big Mama, right? So that's when we talk about Big Mama, that's what we talking about, right? And the matriarch with the largest following the matriarchs become Big Mama to all of the tribes, but every tribe got a Big Mama to bless children in, and it's kind of a little bit more complicated than just blessing them in. But we all get issued a job at birth. We not born haphazardly. They read the stars to know when we come. Yep. Putin calls Russia Mother Russia. Right? And people in Africa call Africa the motherland. Indigenous people over here call over here the motherland, etc. The Chinese call it in Chinese the motherland over there, and the Aussies refer to it in the same feminine gender as down there. Right? So, let me see any more questions. So if there's anything else y'all need me to clear up, I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds to throw a question in. Do Trump have extraterrestrial guiding his decisions? No. But he is in connection with extraterrestrials who is back in the play of us, and they waiting on us to wake up in sufficient numbers, because they just like ancestors, They like your cousins that came from the other side of town to help you straighten out the problem. But they not going to help you straighten out the problem if you go out there and start kissing ass to the enemy. They don't roll like that. So they want to see what you going to do before they do what they going to do. They gave us this date because it's a portal opening, it's an energy vortex, and it's a significant date. 2/22/2022 is the Pluto return for the United States on George Washington's birthday. Ain't none of that shit haphazard. It's strategic than a motherfucker. And if you know strategy, a good strategy is going to overcome a bad firefight any day. Sun Tzu say to win one battle by strategy is better than winning 1,000 by combat. Yeah, so Trump doing what he supposed to do. Nothing more, nothing less. He just following his instructions. So he know what he doing. Who said that, Donnell? Some people will be unlocked 2/22/2022. Well, we only started being worried about demonic rituals since the invaders been on the land because we was friends with the devils and the angels. All the devils or the demons is the spirits of the self that doesn't have a place to be in the self. They call it a mental delusion. Make sure, okay, so Latasha Shelton, Life Doula say, what do we need to do to prepare for 2/22/2022? Follow your instincts first. Follow your inner guidance. Some people gonna need to fast, some not. Some people gonna need to do a candle ritual or burn some sage, some not, right? Some people's tribal tradition is gonna require them to do certain tribal things on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right? But that depends on your tribe, right? So you got different people that do different things to prepare, but more than anything is to prepare yourself mentally to see a better day and a bigger change on the turnaround off Larry Hoover telling us who the enemy was, flat out, right? So Taj Tariq Bey's job used to be to tell us how to navigate the contract until the contract expired. When the contract expired, he said, I'm just going to sit back now and see what happened. Right? They waiting on one of us to kick up a stink and tell us the solution to the problem. Well, here it is. Can't get no easier than that. Flood all platforms with hashtag Free Larry Hoover on 2/22/2022. Thank you, Princess Santos. You get it. Once you understand the assignment, the execution becomes simple and in passing. It's not even a chore. Cherry Travis, if you've been leaning toward it, all I can tell you is follow your inner guidance. All right, I got you, Donnell. The reason I asked who told you that is because somebody else has said that in one of the tarot spreads. Shoot me an inbox, Raymond. But I haven't been taking personal consults because I've been doing this and I've been collecting and showing receipts. I've been blowing Instagram up with receipts. I got them. They've been posting my posts, but they're not sharing my videos from Instagram to Facebook. But my posts been coming over to Facebook. Scroll my page. You see a lot of shit is there. Right? So, it's 11:04. This is 44 on the Angel Bay flip. So, I'ma holler back at y'all, but I had to come in and get this information in this update so we can be on guard and ready. My IG name is the same, Rod Hayes _75. Oh, and if you go on the Rod Hayes page, because I can't do my lives on the Rod Hayes page, go to the top and you'll see Morpheus Mysticus Megas. Click that, and that'll take you to my Morpheus page where the live videos I'll be doing. That's where they at. So, Unity Jamar. Yeah, so sometimes it's hard for y'all to find me because they do got me shadow banned. They've been coming at me hard about dropping this information, but they can't stop it, right? And if you go to Lil Larry page, check his story out because he been keeping up with this too. He doing, he been sharing the information too. So y'all know this ain't just me. His son on top of this shit too. He know what's going on. Right. So if anybody tell y'all they Larry Hoover and to send them a cash app, it's a fraud. Larry not asking nobody for no money. Larry not even asking us to do this part to get him out, but he know that if we want our shit, that we need to address him because he's the spokesperson for the United Clans of the land. So as long as that's the case, but anybody inbox you talking about they Larry Hoover and ask you for money, that's some bullshit. Don't send them nothing. Report the page as a fraud, right? I just block them because I don't believe in reporting shit to these rotten motherfuckers. But block their ass and tell anybody else Larry Hoover is not soliciting donations through any of these social media activities. And if anybody come to you pretending to be so, let it be known that that's not Larry Hoover, right? So I had to make that known because if anybody would have needed, if he would have needed any money, little Larry would have been the one requesting it for us in an open format. He don't need no money, right? They got money. They can go get whatever they need from James Prince. They can go get whatever they need from Harry O. They can go get whatever they need from... It's not a money matter. It's not about money, right? But wealth is a side effect of the benefit. But it's not about money, right? So it is what it is. Keep y'all head up. Well, hashtag Free Larry Hoover 22222 means the same as Free Chief Malik Angel Bay, which means the same as Free Malachi Z. York, which means the same as bring Assata Shakur home free and unmolested. Release all political prisoners. Free Larry Hoover mean that too. Restore the land back to the caregivers. They mean that too, right? So as long as y'all understand what it means, then y'all can participate and participate effectively. We fucking the algorithms up without even going too far out of our way, right? And that's how you hit them in the pockets. I don't know Shirley Mack off top of my head, but it sounds familiar, but I can't say I do, Donnell. I'm ready too, Melissa. You can put hashtag Free Larry Hoover many times as you want. The more the merrier, right? Because we working on algorithms. We working on upsetting their system. All day long, hashtag Free Larry Hoover. Whatever you post, you can go post a video of your dog running around the yard, but just when you share it to your page, get that blue lit up hashtag Free Larry Hoover. If you see more than one, click all the motherfuckers. Fuck it. Take over as many of those algorithm top spots as we can is the goal. Because when you ride that algorithm like that, it's fucking with their advertising dollars. You're fucking with their money. Because that's what they base how much social media is worth to them. When it start being more valuable to us than it is to them, then they're going to have to start using mainstream media to complain. And the complaint don't always come across as, look what these motherfuckers doing. It's just the reporting of it in the public domain. So that's the flip we looking for. So it is what it is. As soon as they acknowledge the chief, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And if you see Larry Hoover, I guarantee you're going to see Angel Bay. Right next to him. They ain't going too far without each other because they done had enough of this bullshit. And they done both been locked up too long. Right? Which Angel Bay is a whole nother story that I could go in for another hour. But keep up the good work. Share the video as much as y'all can. And let's get these motherfuckers. That's all I can say. Peace out, fam.